October, November 2024, paper 1-2. Question number 1, write 43.078662 correct to 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places means that there should be 3 digits after the decimal point. So if I'm looking at 43.07862, I'm going to write 43.0 will be the first digit, 7 will be the second digit, and 8 will be the third digit. However, there is a 6 besides 8. Because 6 is greater than 5, it means that it will donate 1 to 8. So 8 will become 9. So the final answer will be 43.079. In question 2, at midnight the temperature is -7. So at midnight the temperature is -7. Then at 11 a.m. the next day the temperature is 12. So the temperature is 12 degrees Celsius the next day at 11 a.m. Find the increase in temperature from midnight to 11 a.m. Basically, we have to find the difference between 12 and 7. So final temperature, the formula will be increase is equal to final temperature minus initial temperature. Here 12 is the final temperature and -7 is the initial temperature. So 12 minus -7, this will be equal to 12 plus 7 is basically 19. So the increase in temperature will be 19 degrees Celsius. Question 3, write these numbers in order of size starting with the smallest. So first I'm going to convert all the fractions into decimals. 2/3, when I convert it into decimals, 3 into 6 is 18. The remainder will be 2. I'll add 0 again. 3 into 6 is 18. 6 is 18. And basically 0.666, it is a recurring decimal. Then 16/25, when I simplify this, I'm basically going to put a point and add 0. And 25 into 6 is 150. 125 into 4 is 100. So 16/25 in decimals is 0.64. Then I'm going to convert 66% into decimal as well. Basically 66% is 66 divided by 100, and this will be equal to 0.66. So when I'm going to arrange these decimals, first will be 0.6 because that's the smallest number. Then after 0.6, I'm going to write 0.606. After that would be 0.64. And after 0.64 would be 0.66. And the biggest number is 0.666, which is a recurring decimal. Now 0.64 is 16/25. 0.66 is 66%. And 0.666 is 2 divided by 3. So when I'm going to write my final answer, 0.6, 0.606, then 16/25, 66%, and last will be 2 divided by 3. This is going to be my final answer. Question 4, simplify. Part A is t to the power 4 multiplied by t to the power 3 divided by t to the power 10. Here I'm going to use the rule of indices. If same bases are being multiplied, the powers will be added, meaning here t and t, both of them are same bases, so 4 and 3, they'll be added. And the second rule is same bases being divided, the powers will subtract. So first we're gonna add t to the power 4 multiplied by t to the power 3 divided by 10. T to the power 4 and 3 will be added because same bases are being multiplied. 4 plus 3 is t to the power 7 divided by t to the power 10. Now for the second rule, which is that if same bases are being divided, the powers will subtract. So because the bases are same, that is t, the powers will subtract. So t to the power 7 minus 10, and that will be equal to t to the power minus 3. Now we could leave our answer in this form, that is t to the power minus 3. If we want to convert this minus 3 into positive, we'll basically reciprocal the term. So 1 over t to the power 3. The answer could be either this or this. So my final answer will be 1 over t to the power 3. Then in part B, under root 6 whole power square. So basically the general form is a square root to the power 2. This can also be written as a square root can be written as 1 over 2. So when we're gonna do this question, we can write 6 to the power 1 over 2. This 1 over 2 is representing the square root, and whole power will be squared. So 6 to the power 2 over 2, because both of these power will multiply. 1 over 2 and 2 will be multiplied with each other. And the final answer will be 6 to the power 1, which can also be written as 6. Question number 5. A group of people are asked what type of holiday they prefer. The table gives information about the results. Now we're given type of holiday, then number of people, and the pie chart angle. Pie chart angle, 3 of the blanks are empty. In part A, complete the table. So in order to complete the table, basically the angle to calculate, the formula to calculate the pie chart angle will be number of people divided by total number of people multiplied by total angle. So number of people is different for each of the divisions of holiday, and the total number of people we can find is by adding all of these numbers together. So the total number of people will be 15 plus 45 plus 20 plus 10, and this is equal to 90, and the total angle, this is always equal to 360 degrees. So when I'm going to be using this formula to calculate the pie chart angle, this angle will be number of people are 45 divided by total number of people, that are 90, multiplied by total angle, that is 360 degree. This is going to be 20 over 90 multiplied by 360, and this is going to be 10 over 90 multiplied by 360 degrees. So when I'm going to be simplifying it, 0 and 0 will cancel out in all. Then 9 ones are 9 fours are 36. So all of these numbers will be multiplied by 4. So this is going to be 45 into 4. This will be 20 into 4. And this will be 10 into 4. 45 into 4 is 180 degrees. And 20 into 4 will be 80. And 10 into 4 will be 40 degrees. So this is the completed table. In part B, complete the pie chart to show this information. So first of all, 60 is already plotted for us. I'm going to plot 180 degree, which is for beach holiday. So 180 degree, I'll simply draw a straight line right here. I'll measure it using a protractor. The protractor will be placed right here, like this, and it'll measure 180 degree. So I'm going to label it 180 degree, and this is for beach. Then the remaining angles are, for cruise it is 80 degree, and for hiking it is 40 degrees. So once again, I'm going to place the protractor right here. I'm going to place it right here and measure 180. I'm going to measure 80 and 40, which is going to be around at this point. This will be 40 and this will be 80. We have to do this using a protractor. So this will be our final pie chart. Question 6. A laptop costs $800. This is the original price. Then in a sale, the cost is reduced by 15%. Work out the cost of the laptop in the sale. So we can do this by two methods. The first method is basically if the original price, first I'm going to write down original price is basically $800 and the percentage was 100%. And during the sale the price was unknown, but the cost is reduced by 15%. So I'm going to do percentage will be 100 minus 15, which is equal to 85%. Now I'm going to solve this using ratios. I'm going to cross multiply. 100x is equal to 800 multiplied by 85, and the answer will be x is equal to $680, which will be the price of the laptop during the sale. Now the second method is also relating to ratios. If originally the price was $800 and originally the percentage was 100%, so the question is stating that the cost is reduced by 15%. We're going to write 15% right here, and x is now basically the price by which the cost is going to reduce. So 800 multiplied by 15 divided by 100, and this will be equal to $120, and now the original price will be subtracted by 120, that is 800 minus 120, this is equal to $680. So in both the cases answer is the same. Here we are finding out the price directly. Here we are finding out how much the price reduced by, and then we are subtracting it from the original price. Question number 7. Work out 3 over 4 plus 5 over 6. Give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Now there are three types of fractions, that are proper fractions, improper, and mixed fractions. So proper fraction, it is one in which the numerator is less than the denominator. Numerator is less than the denominator. For example, both of these fractions, these are proper fractions because the numerator is less than the denominator. Then improper fraction. In improper fraction, it is basically a type of fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. Numerator is greater than the denominator. For example, 4 over 3, this will be an improper fraction. And last is mixed. Mixed fraction is one which is a combination of proper fraction plus whole number. The general form for a mixed fraction is basically a multiplied by b over c, where a is the whole number, b is the remainder, and c is the denominator of the proper fraction. C is the denominator of the proper fraction. Now I'm going to solve this by first finding out the LCM. LCM will be 24. So 4 into 6 is 24, 3 into 6 is 18, plus 6 into 4 is 24, 5 into 4 is 20. 18 plus 20 will be 38 divided by 24. When I simplify this using 2, I'm going to be getting 19 over 12. Now I have to convert 19 over 12, which is an improper fraction, into a mixed number. So first I'm going to divide 12 and 19. 12 ones are 12, and the remainder will be 7. 7 is basically the remainder. So my mixed number will be one whole number, which I copied from here, and this 7, which is the remainder, will be the numerator, divided by 12. 12 was basically the denominator of the improper fraction. So this will be my final answer. One whole number, 7 divided by 12. Question 8. Sophia walks at an average speed of 4 km per hour. This is her speed. And work out the time Sophia takes to walk 13 kilometers. This is her distance. And we have to give our answer in hours and minutes. So basically the formula for speed is equal to distance divided by time. So here the speed is given to us and the distance is given to us. Both of them, speed is in kilometer per hour and distance is also in kilometers. So this means that the units are uniform. We can directly put these values in the equation. That is, speed is 4, distance is 13 divided by time. Time will be equal to 13 divided by 4. Now I'm going to divide 13 by 4. 4 into 3 is 12. Then 4 into 2 is 8. And 4 into 5 is 20. So 13 over 4 in decimals is equal to 3.25. 3.25 can also be broken up into 3.0 and 0.25 because both of these, when we add them together, they give us 3.25. 3 is basically the hours and 0.25 is the minutes. So I'm going to convert 0.25 multiplied by 60 and 25 over 100 multiplied by 60. 0 and 0 can cancel. 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 5 is 10. 5 ones are 5. 5 fives are 25. And 5 into 3 is basically equal to 15. So these are the minutes. So my final answer will be 3 hours and 15 minutes. The 0.25 was basically 0.25 hours. So we had to convert it into minutes by multiplying it by 60. Question number 9. A sequence of patterns is made using crosses and circles. In part A, draw pattern 4. So when we analyze all the patterns, the bottom rows of X, basically it has 3 X's. That is, pattern 1 plus 2 will be equal to 3. That are the number of X's in the bottom row. When we analyze pattern 2, there are 4 X's in the horizontal row. So basically that is 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4. So pattern number plus 2 is giving us the horizontal rows of X's. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is also 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. So I'm going to draw, here we have to draw pattern 4. So basically pattern number plus 2, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. These are the number of horizontal X's. I'm going to draw 6 horizontal X's. Then if I analyze the vertical row of X's, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So automatically here there will be 5. So I'm going to draw 5 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And I'm going to fill the remaining rows with 0. Remaining boxes with zeros. So this will be my final pattern. In part B, complete the table for pattern 4 and pattern 5. So the number of crosses, basically the first number is 4. Now I'm going to analyze the trend by which it is increasing. 4 plus 2 is 6 and 6 plus 2 is 8. So I'm going to plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10 and 10 plus 2 is 12. Then for the number of circles, basically we have 2, 6 and 12. If I analyze the pattern, I'm going to see that 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12. So 4 into 5 and 5 into 6. 4 into 5 is 20 and 5 into 6 is 30. In part C, the expression for the number of crosses in the pattern is 2n plus 2, find the number of crosses in pattern 35. So basically they're giving us n which is equal to 35, and they're also giving us the formula to calculate the number of crosses, that is 2n plus 2. So I'm basically going to be putting the value of n into this formula to calculate the number of crosses. So 2 into 35 plus 2 is equal to number of crosses, and 2 into 35, 2 into 5 is 10, 2 into 3 is 6, plus 7, that is 70. 70 plus 2 is 72. So the final answer will be 72. Find an expression in terms of n for the number of circles in pattern n. So number of circles, these are the numbers that are correlating to the number of circles. I'll copy them down: 2, 6, 12, 20, and 30. Now the difference between 2 and 6 is plus 4, 6 and 12 is plus 6, 12 and 20 is 8, and 20 and 30 is 10. So this is not a common difference. When I find the difference between the first differences, so that is plus 2, and this is also plus 2, which means that this second difference is common. When this second difference is common, it is known as a quadratic sequence. And quadratic sequence, its general formula is an square plus bn plus c. So I'm gonna have to find the value of a, b, and c. First, to find out the value of a, the formula is first difference divided by 2, second difference divided by 2. The formula for a is second difference divided by 2, and the second difference in this case is plus 2. So I'm going to write 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1. Then to calculate b, the general formula is 3a plus b is equal to the first term of the first difference. And in this case, the first term of the first difference is plus 2. So 3a plus b will be equal to 2. This is 4, not 2. 3a plus b is equal to 4, and a is already 1. So 3 plus b is equal to 4, and b will be equal to 1. Then the general formula to find out c is basically a plus b plus c is equal to the first term of the sequence. So here the first term of the sequence is 2. So I'm going to write a plus b plus c is equal to 2. A and b we calculated were 1, and so c will be equal to 0. So finally the overall equation will be an square plus bn plus c. A is 1, so 1n square, plus b is also 1, so 1n, plus 0. So the final equation will be n square plus n. 11, factorize 4m square minus 14m. Now 4 and 14, both of them, they're in the table of 2. So I'm going to take 2 outside the bracket, and because m is present in both, I'm going to take m common as well. What is left inside the bracket is 2m minus 7, because 2 7s are 14. So the final answer will be 2m bracket 2m minus 7. This will be my factorized form. Question 12, here is a list of numbers. Write down the number in the list that is irrational. Now irrational number is one which cannot be expressed as a simple fraction, and they are basically a decimal form which is infinite and non-repeating. Infinite means that they continue, and non-repeating is that they do not have a trend in which they're repeating. So in this question, 1/3 1/3 is not an irrational number. Why? Because irrational numbers cannot be expressed as a simple fraction. This is a simple fraction, so it cannot be irrational. Then under root 4, 4 is basically a perfect square. So under root 4, when we simplify it, this will be equal to 2. 2 is a complete whole number, so it cannot be an irrational number. So we're going to cross out both these numbers. Now 2 to the power 0, any number to the power 0, any number to the power 0 is basically 1. So 2 to the power 0 will be equal to 1. 1 is once again a whole number, so it cannot be irrational. So we're going to cancel out 2 to the power 0 as well. Then under root 5 is left. Under root 5 is an irrational number because it will basically be simplified into a decimal form, which is infinite and non-repeating. To cancel out the remaining numbers, 10 over 8. 10 over 8 is once again a simple fraction, and irrational numbers cannot be simple fractions. So we're going to cancel out 10 over 8 as well. And 2 to the power minus 1 is basically 1 over 2. And 1 over 2 is also a simple fraction, means it cannot be an irrational number. So the only number that is remaining is basically this number, that is under root 5. So our final answer will be under root 5. Under root 5 is an irrational number. In question 13, evaluate 5 into 10 to the power 7 minus 8 into 10 to the power 6. Give your answer in standard form. So basically, first I'm going to make both these powers of 10 uniform so that I can then subtract 5 and 8. Basically, I can either convert 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power 6 or this into 7. I'm going to do 10 to the power 7 first. 5 into 10 to the power 7 multiplied by 10 divided by 10. So both of these have power 1. Basically, when the bases are same and they're being divided, these two are being divided, the powers will subtract. So 5 into 10 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 divided by 10. 5 into 10, 10 to the power 7 minus 1, and this will then become 50 into 10 to the power 6. 10 to the power 6 and 10 to the power 6, both of them are uniform. So now I'm going to solve it. 50 into 10 to the power 6 minus 8 into 10 to the power 6. Because both of these are common, both of these are the same, I'll take them as common. 10 to the power 6 bracket 50 minus 8, and the answer will be 42 into 10 to the power 6. So this will be my, this won't be my final answer. Standard form basically means that this number right here, it should be less than 10. It should be less than 10. So in order to make 42 less than 10, 42 can also be written as 42.0 into 10 to the power 6. Then I'm going to shift the decimal behind 2. This can be written as 4.2. And because the decimal is being shifted to the left, the power will increase by 1. This is one of the rules of indices. I'll write it down. This will be 10 to the power 7 because it's going to increase by 1. So if decimal moves to the left, power will increase by 1. So the final answer will be 4.2 into 10 to the power 7. And this is our standard form. So in this question, basically there were two major rules that we were doing. First rule was if same bases are being divided, the power will subtract. And the second rule was that if decimal moves to the left, power will increase. Question 14, 120 has been prime factorized, 126 has been prime factorized. The lowest common multiple, meaning LCM of 120 and 126 is 2520. Write 2520 as a product of its prime factors. So LCM of 120 and 126 is 2520. This is given to us in the question. And the question is also giving us the prime factorization of 120, that is 2 cubed, which can also be written like this, into 3 into 5. And for 126, it is 2 into 3 square, 2 into 3 square into 7. So by writing down the prime factorization, I can see that this 2 and this 3 is common. So when I'm going to write the LCM, I'll write this 2 and this 3 only once. And then I'm going to write the remaining numbers. So when I write the LCM, it's going to be 2 into 2, which are here and are uncommon. Then I'm going to write the remaining uncommon digits, which are 5, 3 and 7. And the common numbers were 2 and 3. So they'll only be written once. When I'm going to arrange this is going to be 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. And when I simplify it, it can also be written as 2 cubed into 3 squared into 5 into 7. And this is our final answer. So when 2520 is prime factorized, it's going to be written in this form. Question 15. Each interior angle of a regular polygon is 160 degree. Find the number of sides of the polygon. Number of side basically means n. The general formula for calculating the angle is one angle will basically be equal to 180 bracket n minus 2 divided by n, where n is standing for the number of sides. So this formula is for one angle. Each angle. So when I'm going to substitute the values, each angle is 160 degree. So 160 is equal to 180 bracket n minus 2 divided by n. 160n is equal to 180n minus 180 into 2. 2 ones are 2 and then 3. So this is 360 degree. 160n minus 180n is equal to minus 360. And 160 minus 180 is basically minus 20. N is equal to minus 360 degree. Minus and minus will cancel out. N is equal to, because this 20 is being multiplied on this side, it will go on the other side and it will be divided. So 360 divided by 20, 0 and 0 cancel out. 2 ones are 2, 2 18s are 36. So N, which is the number of sides, are 18. So the final answer will be 18. Question 16. Part A. Draw the image of shape A after translation by vector 3 and minus 5. So basically 3 means, because this value is x, this value is y, 3 is horizontal translation. Horizontal, and because it's only 3 means there is a positive sign with 3. Positive means it will move towards the right. So we'll be moving 3 units to the right. Now minus 5 represents value of y, which means it is vertical translation. And vertical, because there is a minus sign with 5, it means that we'll move 5 units down. In horizontal, positive sign means towards the right and negative means towards the left. And in vertical, negative means down and positive means up. So basically all the points of shape A will be moved 3 units right and 5 units down. So if I take this point 3 units towards the right, that is here, and 5 units down, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be our location. Then I'm going to take this point 3 units towards the right, 1, 2, 3, and then 5 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to take this vertex 3 units towards the right, 1, 2, 3, and 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to take my last point, second last point, which is this. It's going to move 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my last point is this. 1, 2, 3, right, and 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be my final shape after translation. Question 17. The diagram shows a shaded triangle ABC drawn on a 1 centimeter square grid. The equation of line AC, the equation of this line is given, and that is y is equal to minus 3 over 2x plus 1. The shaded region is defined by 3 inequalities. One of them is y is greater than or equal to minus 3 over 2x plus 1. Find the other two. So we have to find the equation for this line and for this line, that are AB and BC. First, BC is drawn on x is equal to 4, and the region behind 4 is shaded. This region behind 4 is shaded, so basically all values behind 4 are less than 4. So it will be x is greater than or less than or equal to 4. So the first inequality will be x is less than or equal to 4. Then the other line would be this AB right here. First, the general equation would be y is equal to mx plus c. C is the y-intercept, and y-intercept on the graph is this point, which is 1. So c is equal to 1. The gradient is basically rise over run, and this part is the rise and this part is the run. So rise is this a is 1 and this part is 5. So 1 minus 5 is 4. Rise is 4. And the run is basically this part. This is also 4. So the gradient would be rise over run, that is 4 divided by 4, which is equal to 1. So the general equation for line AB, this line would be y is equal to m, that is 1, x plus 1, and that is y is equal to x plus 1. Now the shaded region is below this line. So this equal to sign will be replaced by y is less than x plus 1. So the second equation will be y is less than or equal to x plus 1. So the first equation is x is less than or equal to 4 and y is less than or equal to x plus 1. Now in part B, work out the area of triangle ABC. So we basically have to find out the area of this whole triangle right here. Area of a triangle, the general formula is half into base into height. So height would be this height right here. H basically represents the perpendicular height. So this part would be the height and this part is the base, which is BC. This whole part is the base, that is BC. Now BC, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 blocks. So the base will be equal to 10. Base is basically 10 that we measured from the graph, and height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the height is 4 blocks. We basically use the graph because the question is stating 1 centimeter square grid and we have to find the area in centimeter square. So one small block is basically representing 1 centimeter. So if there are 10 blocks, that means it is 10 centimeters long. So now I'm just going to put the values in the formula. That is half into base, that is 10, into height, that is 4. and 2 ones are 2 fives are 10. 5 into 4 is 20. So the final answer will be 20 centimeters square. Question 18. Lynn records the mass in grams of 60 onions. So 60 onions are basically the total. The cumulative frequency diagram is shown. Part A, use the diagram to find an estimate for the interquartile range. Interquartile range is basically equal to upper quartile minus lower quartile. Upper quartile is 3/4 of the total and lower quartile is 1/4 of the total always. So total as given in the question is 60. So I'm going to find the cumulative frequency. Upper quartile 3/4 multiplied by 60, and this is equal to 45th. So I'm going to check the 45th point on the cumulative frequency, that is on the y-axis, and lower quartile is 1/4 of 60, that will be equal to 15th position on the y-axis. So upper quartile on the 45th position. One small block on the y-axis, it represents 1. So 45 will be right here. This is 45. And I'm going to extend it on the x-axis. The mass that is correlating is 300. So 300 grams. Then the lower quartile is 15th position. So 15th position will be right here. And on the x-axis, one small block is basically 5. So this is going to be 205. So lower quartile is 205 grams. Now to find the interquartile range, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract the upper quartile with the lower. That is 300 minus 205, and this is equal to 95. So the interquartile range is 95. Part B, an onion is large if its mass is at least n grams. 24 of 60 onions are large. Find the value of n. So large onions are 24 and total are 60. Total is 60. Now an onion is large if its mass is at least n grams. So we have to find the least amount. So 60 minus 24, this is 36. 36 are large. And if we check the 36th position, this is 36. And on the x-axis, this is going to correlate to 255 to 60. So this is 260 grams. So n is basically 260 grams. Question 19. The diagram shows two mathematically similar mugs. The small mug has a width W and holds 270 milliliter when full. 270 is basically the volume of the small mug, and the large mug has a width of 8 centimeter and holds 640 milliliter when full. This is also the volume. Find the value of W. W is basically width of the small mug. So the question itself is telling us that these are mathematically similar mugs. So I'm going to form ratios. That is, volume of the small mug over volume of the large mug is equal to width of the small mug divided by width of the large mug, and this should be cubed. So this is the general equation for similar figures when we're considering the volume. Now volume of the smaller mug is 270. Volume of the large mug is 640. We have to find the value of W, and W for the large mug is 8. I'm going to cube this. Now in order to remove this cube, I'm going to take cube root on both sides. So this cube root and this cube root and this cube will cancel out. this will be equal to 270 over 640 is equal to W over 8. Now inside the bracket, this and this can cancel out. So 27 and 64, these are perfect cubes. 27 is a perfect cube of 3 and 64 is a perfect cube of 4 is equal to width divided by 8. W is equal to 3 into 8 divided by 4. So 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, and 3 into 2 is 6. So the width is going to be 6 centimeters for the smaller cup. Question 20a, simplify 16a to the power 20 and whole power is 3 over 4. So this 3 over 4 basically applies to a and it also applies to 16. So I can write this multiplied by a 20 to the power 3 over 4. Now 16 can also be written as 2 to the power 4 to the power 3 over 4 multiplied by a 20 3 over 4. Basically 2 to the power 4 is equal to 16. How? This can also be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and this is 4, this is 4, so 4 into 4 is 16. Now I'm going to simplify this. 4 and 3 over 4, these will get multiplied. This power will also get multiplied. So this is 2 to the power So when I simplify this, I'm going to be getting 4 and 4 will cancel out. Here 4 and 4 will cancel out, and here 4 ones are 4 and 4 fives are 20. So I'm going to be getting 2 to the power 3 multiplied by a 5 in a to the power 5 into 3, and this will be equal to 2 cubed into a to the power 5 into 3 is 15. So this can also be written as 2 cubed is 8, a to the power 15. So the final answer will be 8a to the power 15. For part B, expand and simplify. Now 2c is going to get multiplied with this bracket and 9d is also going to get multiplied with this bracket. So I can write it as 2c 4c minus 3d plus 9d 4c minus 3d. Now I'm going to multiply all 2c with all of the terms inside and 9d with all the terms inside. So I'll get 2 into 4 is 8. 8c square minus 6d plus 9 into 4 is 36 dc minus 9 into 2 3 is 27 d square. This is basically 6cd. So 2 into 3 6 and then cd. So 8c square minus 6cd plus 36 cd minus 27d square. Simplified form will be 8c square plus 30cd because 36 minus 6 is 30 and minus 27d square. So this is going to be my final answer. Question 21. The inverse of a matrix A is given by 1 over 20, m minus 1, 7 and k. So this is basically A inverse. A inverse is a joint of A divided by determinant of A. The question is stating that determinant of matrix A is 20. So 1 over 20, m minus 1, 7 and k. This whole bracket, this is basically a joint of A, and this 20 right here, this is the determinant. So to convert this a joint of A into matrix A, I'll basically be writing A is equal to, I'm going to flip the positions of m and k, and I'm going to flip the signs of 7 and 1. So basically it will become, flipping the places of m and k, I'll get k and m, and when I flip the signs of minus 1 and 7. Minus 1 will become 1 and 7 will become minus 7. So this is matrix A. Now I have to find the values of m and k. So basically our determinant is 20. To find the determinant, we multiply k and m and we subtract it from the product of 1 and 7. So if the matrix is A, B, C and D, the determinant will be found by multiplying A and D and subtracting it from the product of B and C. So when I apply this formula to matrix A, so when I'm going to apply this formula to the determinant 20 is equal to k into m, that is km minus 7 multiplied by 1. So minus 7 into 1. This is going to be 20 is equal to km minus 7. And km will be minus and minus will be plus. When this plus is shifted on the other side, it will be 20 minus 7. And km will be equal to 13. So if we are basically multiplying k and m, we are getting 13. Now the question was telling us that m is less than k. M is less than k. This is our restriction. So if m is less than k, 13 is a prime number. It can only be obtained when 13 is multiplied by 1 because it doesn't appear in any other table. So by default, because m is smaller, 1 will be m and 13 will be k. So my final matrix will be k, that is 13, 1, minus 7 and m, that is 1. This is going to be my final answer. Question 22a, find f bracket minus 7. This is the equation of fx that is given to us. So basically f bracket minus 7 means that x will be equal to minus 7. So I'll substitute all of x by this value, that is minus 7. Three into 7 is 21. Minus 21 minus 1 will be minus 22 divided by 2. 2 into 1 is 2 and 2 into 11 is 21. So the final answer will be negative 11. Part B, find f inverse x. So to find f inverse x, I'm going to first write the equation fx is equal to 3x minus 1 divided by 2. Now I'm going to write y in place of fx. Then I'm going to switch the places of y and x with each other. So I'm going to write x in place of y and y in place of x. Then I'm going to solve to make y the subject. 2 into x is 2x is equal to 3y minus 1. 2x plus 1 is equal to 3y. And 2x plus 1 divided by 3 is equal to y. This is basically f inverse x. So I've written all the steps that we have to follow right over here. The first step was write y in place of fx. We've done that in this step. Then replace x and y. So I've replaced x and y in this step and make y the subject. This is done in this part. So the final answer is 2x plus 1 divided by 3. Part C, f bracket 9 over 25 is equal to gx. Now f bracket 9 over 25, it basically means that x is equal to 9 over 25. Now f was given to us 3x minus 1 over 2 and gx is 5 to the power x. So fx is equal to 3x minus 1 over 2 and gx is 5 to the power x. Now if I'm going to substitute this value of x into this equation, I'll be getting 3 bracket 9 over 25 minus 1 divided by 2. And this is going to be equal to gx, that is 5 to the power x, because that is what's written in the question. Now when I multiply 3 and 9, I'll be getting 27 divided by 25 minus 1 over 2, and this is equal to 5x. Then when I'm going to find the LCM, that is 25. So 27 minus 1 into 25 over 2 is equal to 5x. And 27, this is basically 25. So 27 minus 25 is 2. So I'm going to be getting 2 over 25 divided by 2 is equal to 5 to the power x. So 2 over 25 over 2, this can be simplified by cutting out 2 and 2. So we'll be getting 25, 1 over 25. Basically, if I solve the whole thing, 2 over 25 divided by 2 is equal to 5 to the power x. When I simplify this 2 over 25, this divide has to be changed into multiply. So 2 will be reciprocaled. Multiplied by 1 over 2 is equal to 5 to the power x. 2 and 2 cancel out. So our answer will be 1 over 25 is equal to 5x. Now I'm going to make the bases same. This is 5. So I'm going to convert this 25 into 5 as well. 25 is the perfect square of 5. So when I simplify it, I'm going to be getting 1 over 5 squared is equal to 5 to the power x. When I bring this 5 square from the denominator in the numerator, it will be 5 to the power negative 2 is equal to 5 to the power x. So x, because the bases are same, the powers can be compared. So x will be equal to negative 2. So the final answer will be x is equal to negative 2. I've written the rule right here that when the bases are same, the powers can be compared, and by comparison, the final answer is negative 2. Question 23. A theater offers a singing lesson, a dancing lesson, and an acting lesson. A group of 40 people, these are the total number of people, are asked which lessons they take part in. Some of the results are shown in the Venn diagram. Part A, all 40 people take part in at least one lesson. This means that this area outside the 3 circles will have no people. That means all the people will lie inside of these 3 circles. The first statement is 3 people take part in a singing lesson and an acting lesson, but not a dancing lesson. So 3 people singing and acting. I'm going to write 3 in this region right here. Then the second statement is 7 people take part in dancing lesson only. Now the word only is written, so 7 people, 7 is going to come right here because it's written only. Then 19 people take part in a singing lesson. 19 means that this whole region will be 19. This whole circle that is for singing is going to be 19. 4 times as many people take part in a singing lesson only as those who take part in all 3 lessons. So all 3 lessons, this space, this is going to be x, and 4 times as many people take part in singing lesson only. So this is going to be 4x. Now because it is written that singing lesson, there are 19 people taking part in a singing lesson, this whole circle is going to be 19. So 4x plus 3 plus x plus 6 is equal to 19. 5x plus 3 plus 6 is equal to 19. 5x, 3 plus 6 is 9. So 19 minus 9. X is equal to 10 divided by 5. And so x will be equal to 2. So x will be equal to 2. I'm going to replace x by 2. And I'm going to replace 4x by 4 into 2, that is 8. And dancing. Now the question was telling us that there are 40 total people, and it also said that all 40 people take part in at least one lesson. So that means that the constituents of all these 3 circles, when they're summed up, they'll be equal to 40. So I'm going to write 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6, 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 10, and I'm going to write this region as y, plus y, and this is equal to 40. That is the total number of people. Now 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 10 is basically 36. 36 plus y is equal to 40. Y is equal to 40 minus 36, and that is equal to 4. So y will be equal to 4. So that is the completed Venn diagram. In part B, use set notation to describe the subset with 10 people. So 10 people is basically this subset right here. This is basically people that only take part in acting. These are people that only take part in acting. So basically it's this region right here. This region is only A, it is outside S, and it is outside D. So outside S, the region outside S means S complement, and the region outside D means D complement. So S complement and D complement means this entire region. And that is what we want, because universal is 0. So this region would technically mean A intersection S complement and intersection D complement. So our set notation will be A intersection S complement intersection D complement, because technically this area is basically everything outside of S and D. So everything outside of S and D means S and D complement. Question 24. P is a point -1, 4. Q is the point -3, -2. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line PQ. So the formula for finding the midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So here the coordinates of P are x1 and y1, and the coordinates of Q are x2 and y2. So the midpoint is basically equal to x1, that is -1, plus x2, that is -3, divided by 2, y1, that is 4, plus y2, that is -2, divided by 2. Now when I'm going to simplify this, -1 minus 3 is -4 over 2, 4 minus 2 is 2 divided by 2. So the final coordinates of the midpoint are -2, 1. Equation of the line perpendicular to PQ which passes through the point P. So line perpendicular to PQ would be this line. If this is PQ, then this line is the perpendicular line. We have to find its equation. Now the question is stating that it is passing through the point P. So the point that it passes through is P, which is -1 and 4. And gradient for perpendicular lines, the gradient is negative reciprocal of PQ. So the gradient of the perpendicular line is equal to negative reciprocal of gradient of PQ. First I'm going to find the gradient of PQ, and for this I'm going to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 was -2 and y1 was 4. Then x2 was -3 and x1 is -1. So this is going to be -2 minus 4 divided by -3 plus 1. So the gradient of PQ is -6 over -2. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. So this is 3. Now gradient of the perpendicular line will be negative reciprocal, that is -1 over 3. Now because it's passing through the point -1 and 4, I'm going to use this as x and y. So y is equal to mx plus c. This is the general form of equation of a line, and the points are minus 1 comma 4. So I'm going to substitute all the values to find the value of c. Y is 4, m is negative 1 over 3, x is negative 1 plus c. So 4 minus 1 over 3 is equal to c. 3 will be the LCM. 3 into 4 is 12 minus 1 is equal to c. So 11 over 3 will be c. If I put all these values in the final equation will be y is equal to mx plus c, where m is negative 1 over 3x and c is 11 over 3. So the final equation is going to be y is equal to minus x. Final equation is going to be y is equal to minus x plus 11 divided by 3. Question 25. The table shows the times each of 110 students take to travel to school one day. So the total number of students are 110. The time is given and frequency is given. Frequency is basically f. Now the question is asking to complete the histogram to show the information. On the histogram, frequency density is present on the y-axis. So basically we have to find the frequency density. The formula for frequency density is frequency divided by class width. And the class width I'm going to find out. Class width is basically the difference of these two extreme values. So 0 and 5 will be 5. 5 and 10, 5. Between 10 and 20 will be 10. And between 20 and 40 will be 20. Now I basically have to find the frequency density. So that is frequency divided by class width. 30 divided by 5, that is equal to 6. 25 divided by 5, that is equal to 5. 35 divided by 10, this should be 3.5. And 20 divided by 20, this is equal to 1. So these are our frequency densities. Now on the histogram, basically one small box on the y-axis, it represents 0.1, and one small box on the x-axis is 1. The first value is already plotted for us. The second value is the class width is from 5 to 10. The time is from 5 to 10 and the frequency density is 5. So 5 to 10 and this is at 5. Then the third one is from 10 to 10 numbers. This is the class width is basically 10 and the frequency density is 3.5. So 10 and 3.5, it is basically from 10 to 20. So 10 to 20 from here till here and till 3.5. Then from 20 to 40, and this is frequency density is 1. So from 20 to 40 and the frequency density is 1. So this is going to be my final bar. Question 26. In the diagram, OA is A, OB is 2B, AB ratio BC is 1 is to 3. OBD is a straight line. So this line is basically straight. Express AB in terms of A and B. So AB is basically OB minus OA. Now OB is shown in the question. OB in this direction is 2B. So I'm going to write 2B minus OA. OA is A. So AB will be equal to 2B minus A. Now in part B, we have to show that OC is equal to 8B minus 3A. Now the question has told us that AB ratio BC is 1 ratio 3. So this whole region AC will be 4. AB will be 1 over 4 AC and BC. BC, this region will be 3 over 4 AC. So AB is basically 1 over 4 AC and BC is 3/4 of AC. Now part B is asking us show that OC is equal to 8B minus 3A. So AC is basically OC minus OA. So OC can also be written as AC plus OA. Now because we had already found out AB in the previous part, I'm going to be using that. AB is equal to 1 over 4 AC. AB was 2B minus A, and AC will be equal to 4 multiplied by 2B minus A, which is equal to 8B minus 4A. I'm going to put this value of AC into this equation. So OC is equal to AC, which is 8B minus 4A plus OA, which is A. And the final equation is going to be OC is equal to 8B minus 3A. Part C, AD is equal to KOC. Find the value of K. Now, we have to find AD. AD is basically this line, and it's stating that AD is equal to KOC. So, OC is this triangle right here. OC is a multiple of AD. And so, we can also say that OD is a multiple of OB. So OD is a multiple of OB. We can also write this as OD is equal to M bracket OB, where M is a constant. So OD is equal to, OB is given to us as 2B. So I'm going to write that down, M2B. Now AD is basically equal to OD minus OA. OD is M bracket 2B and OA is A, because that's what's given in the diagram. So AD will be M2B minus A. Now I'm going to continue this AD. The question also states that AD is equal to KOC. So I'm going to write that down. OC basically in part B we found out was 8B minus 3A. So I'm going to copy that down. If I expand this will be written as 8BK minus 8AK. So we have now two forms of AD. The first form is this, and the second form is this. Now I'm going to compare the coefficients. If I write AD, I'm writing this equation right here. So this is 2MB minus A, and the second equation is 8KB minus 3KA. Compare coefficients of both the equations. When I'm going to compare the coefficients of A, on this side, the coefficient of A is -1. On the other side, the coefficient is -3k. So minus 1 is equal to -3k. Minus and minus will cancel. So k is equal to 1 over 3. And this is our final answer. K is equal to 1 over 3.